Hey everyone, welcome to Judging for the Win. I'm Dave, and this is my daily ruling. Today's question comes from the Judging for the Win Discord. Thanks to Spirit Paw for this one. Amy controls two Brothers Yamazaki and plays in third. What happens? Let's read the ability on Brothers Yamazaki, and we'll see that it says that if there are exactly two permanents named Brothers Yamazaki on the battlefield, the legend rule doesn't apply to them. Once a third enters, the legend rule will apply as normal, doing exactly the same thing that it would do if a player ever controlled three copies of any other legendary permanent. That player would have to choose one to keep, and all the others would go to the graveyard. Now, a lot of the time, going into a four-player format adds an extra dimension to these questions, but not really here. After all, if three different people each control their own copy of the same legendary permanent, well, nothing interesting happens. On the other hand, having a second player definitely does open the doors to some interesting variations. Let's say that Amy and Nick each control a Brothers Yamazaki, and Amy plays another one. What happens? Well, we can first note that Brothers Yamazaki's ability only cares that there are exactly two on the battlefield. Since the battlefield is a shared zone, that doesn't mean that each player can control up to two. Its exemption only applies if there are two globally. Therefore, after Amy's second comes into play, the legend rule will apply normally to all the Brothers Yamazaki. This doesn't affect Nick at all, since he only controls one, but Amy will have to choose one of her brothers to keep and put the other into her graveyard. Remember, Brothers Yamazaki doesn't have a special legend rule. It uses the same legend rule as everything else. It just has a special exemption that makes that rule not apply sometimes. Now here's one last challenge question to test your understanding. Let's say that Nick has two Brothers Yamazaki and Amy plays a true polymorph to make her grizzly bears into a copy of one of them. What happens? First off, we'll observe that this works out exactly the same as if Amy had just played a normal Brothers Yamazaki, but I think it's a little fun to spice things up now and then. Second, we'll use the exact same logic as before. Since there are now three legendary permanents named Brothers Yamazaki on the battlefield, their exemption shuts off. Amy is not affected since she only controls one, but now Nick has to choose one of his to save and the other will go to his graveyard. And that's all I have for you today. How did you do? Join me again next time for another daily ruling. Until then, I hope you have a great day.